Hello there.
I'm Robert.
I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Travis.
And we're late to the party.
And this is Better Late Than Never.
Better late than never.
Alrighty. How was the Western themes?
It was fun, just partly because so much history here in Tucson when it comes to the Western, so it's cool to kind of retrace those steps of what has been filmed here.
Especially around rodeo.
Yeah.
Rodeo.
Since that's a big thing here
That-
in Tucson.
That parade was rained out too.
Yeah, it's rain and snow. It's a crazy time for Tucson, at least in the weather front. But what do we have on the front for movies, Travis?
Well, this month's theme is actually for an actor.
Okay.
Senor Rick Moranis.
Ooh.
We've been getting requests by certain Rick Moranis.
Yes. Well,
titles.
this first film, let's go ahead and jump right into it if you don't
Sure.
mind, was recommended by Dorian Gibson.
Okay.
A couple of times.
Quite a few times.
So you might know what this is just by that.
I could tell Rick
But this,
Moranis and Dorian.
this movie was released December 19th of 1986.
Oh, okay.
Had a budget of $25 million. Had a box office hit of $39 million.
Okay.
Directed by Miss Piggy himself, Frank Oz.
Frank Oz.
Okay.
It's a film adaptation of an off-Broadway musical comedy by the same name
Okay.
by composer Alan Menken and writer Howard Ashman, which was also based on a low-budget 1960 film of the same name, directed by Roger Corman.
I could say I've never seen this trailer for this movie.
Yeah, I've never seen the trailer for this movie either. I know what movie it is, but I've never seen the trailer, so it'll be interesting to watch.
But did you know that this movie was originally supposed to be produced by Steven Spielberg and directed by Martin Scorsese?
Did not know
Did
that.
not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, Scorsese wanted to film the movie in 3D.
Through the popcorny. That would have been cool, though.
So, of course, this movie stars
Gimmicky, but...
Rick Moranis and Ellen Greene.
All right.
So, let's watch this trailer to this.
Little shop,
Classic.
little shop of horrors.
Geffen.
It all began in this little shop. Damn roses, where strange as it seems, something happened. Afraid it isn't feeling very well today. What kind of a riddle practice that, Steven? Little Shop of Horrors, a story about a boy. Giving you sunlight.
He does such a good job, too.
I know.
Looks like you're not happy. Unless I open a Where did you get such a
Cameos.
a girl? A florist.
A dentist.
He's not a good, clean kind of boy.
He's a professional.
You have a talent for causing things. People will pay to be in I saved all month for this. I think I need a root canal.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes.
Because
Yeah, he loves it.
He loves
the
it.
pain.
How am I supposed to keep on feeding you?
And I'm back. Me love your space. Yes.
It's a total disgrace to the dental profession. Ellen Greene. Excuse me, what? Vincent Gardini, with special guest appearances by Steve Martin
Special guest
Again, special guest
appearances.
appearances. I'll talk about that.
and Bill Murray. It's your professionalism that I respect. Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, so one thing that kills me about movies, especially in the 90s and 80s, it's like they do like the special guest or special appearance by. It's a movie! We're only getting one of them! How is it a special appearance? Everybody in the movie is technically a special appearance, because we just watched Scrooge last night again, and Feed Me Seymour is in there as well. But they do like the special appearance by special guest. It's like, No, they're not. Everybody in the movie is only in the movie this one time.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's a special appearance.
I just think it's so funny how like it does special appearance by
Right.
this. It's like, yeah, but they're only going to be in this one.
Cameos.
Yeah, it's a
Cameos.
cameos.
So
Which
would you
is
guys
special.
see this movie based on this trailer?
Yes.
Of course,
Yes.
because they rely so heavily on, yes, I get the special part is the fact that it's cameos of people that are well known in other franchises, and they dangle all of them right there in front of you. They didn't show you James Belushi, though.
No.
But they did end up giving you the John Candy. They did end up
Steve
giving you
Martin,
Bill Murray.
Bill
of course.
Murray. So, I mean, even with Steve Martin in here, I feel like he's more than a special appearance because he does.
He plays a
Of course, he's the
plays-
main character.
He plays an important. I mean, he has a song too. It's
course,
like
yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. It's just like every time though when I watched this when I was little, I remember like going to sleep and then I had a picture where it was like, you know how when he's like going into the mouth, like that's all that my
You see the
dream
giant
was.
mouth.
You just see the giant
The
mouth.
tongue moving?
Yeah, and that's what I woke up to. That's what I had a
that's
dream
funny.
about.
that whole scene, you guys pointed out Bill Murray, right?
Right.
He wasn't given any direction, no screenplay. He just went there and ad-libbed the whole thing.
It kind
Improv'd
of
everything.
It kind of feels like very Bill Murray too. I love the way that that character kind of comes out a little again when he's the photographer in Ghostbusters 2. Like,
Oh,
come
yes.
on, give it to me.
Yes.
Yes. And it's fun to see everybody in these roles because it is very Broadway. It is very stage. And of course one
Very
of the,
Alan Menken.
It's very Alan Menken, and that's what I was going to say. Is that the thing that echoes throughout, history when it comes to Little Shop of Horrors is the music,
Right.
And what Alan Menken actually brought to the score. And we got to see Alan Menken perform live during his one-man show at D23 a few years ago. And man, like when he's just getting into it, he gave us kind of the lowdown to his creation and how he figured out the approach to certain songs. And it was magical, like just seeing him perform and sing these songs, which you get into it, you just want to sing them as time goes on. And I do love how they use the girls to kind of be the narrators through the story.
Yeah.
I feel like they were there a lot time for the transition to other scenes as well. Like they would play them and then they would go on to.
Speaking of them,
Right.
did you guys know there was an original ending to this film?
Yes.
that was not seen?
Yes.
Yes.
So the original ending has those girls singing the whole thing of what had happened, and what had happened was everyone dies.
Yeah.
Everyone gets eaten and dies and kills themselves
Yeah.
because these space aliens kind of take over. All the little plants go out and get sold, and everyone takes them, and it's a takeover.
Audrey too.
Audrey 2 takes over everything.
Yeah.
It didn't do very well with the test audiences. That's why they went back and re-edited it and cut it to
And
where
then
it's kind
where
of a
they-
happy
like,
ending.
yeah.
But then the sly little thing that maybe it's possible because he's in the
Yeah,
background.
little babies.
Little baby Audrey 3.
I will say I watched this movie like a year or so ago, and that one was the ending that was everybody died.
Oh,
and-
really?
Yeah, and like I was just like I don't remember this.
Pretty sure
at
it was
all.
on Hulu. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember,
it had
but like
the original ending.
I was watching it and I'm like, I don't remember him dying.
I
What
don't
is going
remember
on?
the
And I was
song.
like, why is this happening? And then it shows them like destroying everything and
They're like big and huge.
yeah, like at first it shows like they're all in these supermarkets and everybody can buy them, and then all of a sudden they like get really huge and they're just like Godzilla jumping on everything, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is so.
Never.
It definitely
Terrible.
turns into like a B movie type of
It
ending
does.
Well,
versus what we got in the
It very
original
does.
happy ending.
technically it is from a B movie that came
Yeah.
out, which I've never seen,
True,
which I would
yeah.
like to see. The original.
The black
B
and
movie.
white version, like the
Oh.
old school version.
Yeah.
Which is on
1960.
Hulu
Yeah.
as well. They did have it for. I don't know if it's still on there, but it's also always on Amazon Prime too.
Right.
And I'll always go and I'll be like, oh, I want to watch Little Shop of Horrors. And then I go and
Hers,
it's
child.
like, oh, it's the original,
Medea
but I
over
want to
there.
watch this one. And so like they never have this one. They always have the original.
And then Ellen Green too, her voice, that very
She was
squeaky
cast
voice.
because she was from the original Broadway show, and she already knew it, and she just had that. Frank Oz said, "No, she is Audrey."
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why he cast her because she
Memorable
wasn't
character.
unknown. She
Yeah.
knew nothing about Hollywood, no movies, no nothing beforehand.
But she was definitely innocent and just petite and soft-spoken.
Couldn't see her any other person
just
playing.
cuts through your brain, that voice. And then, of course, Rick Moranis. I mean, Rick Moranis showing what he's capable of doing. I mean, you had other SCTV members there like John Candy, but Rick Moranis can sing, he can dance, he can just give you the comedy, and that's what he does. He brings that very nerdy type of insecure character who ends up rising above and taking over, taking control of the situation. That's
and
what I love him.
Dark a little bit too.
Oh yeah, because he's gonna kill someone.
Violence too. That's the thing. Is that whole scene where they're chopping up Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Like I remember, I wasn't allowed to watch that growing up because it was a very violent scene. He's hacking away. Yeah, hacking away. And it's definitely a fun movie that I end up going back and revisiting fairly often, just because of the music and the actors and just the aesthetics of the movie is fun. So
yeah, and it clearly is socially changing.
Yeah.
Not only do high schools perform this now, everyone knows this movie, everyone talks about it.
Right.
I'm sure you've all seen it. If you haven't, you should watch it. Tell us why
Love
you haven't seen
music
it.
too.
yeah, definitely check it out
All
if
the
you have not
songs that
seen
are
it.
in there, you kind of just want to dance to it and sing them.
And it shows that Frank Oz knows how to make a movie. He's done quite a few out there, which we have done reactions to certain ones too. Do we do Trading Places at all at any point?
Not yet.
All right,
That's a good one. Maybe you should comment below and let us know.
Tell us what you guys thought of this trailer reaction to Little Shop of Horrors. Let us know what you thought of the movie down below. Which is your favorite song from Little Shop of Horrors? Tell us down there. You can also like and subscribe.
And did a thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking. Gin joints, they are taking the party, feel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Gets us where we need to go. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you.
And as always,
Now it's time to say goodbye.
this party is over. Bye.
Little shop.